Last week, this is regarding how to calculate the content validity index. So there are two types of content validity index. Okay, so the first one is CVI, CVI for item, which is item level content validity index. Okay, item level, this one I-CVI, this one is referring to item level content validity index. And then the second one is content validity index for scale, which is scale level content validity index. So this one, scale level, scale level content validity index. Okay, this one, item level content validity index. Item level validity index. Okay, so we have two. Okay, so but make sure before you come up with this one, I hope you can recall that we already prepare our instrument in this form. Okay, you prepare your instrument to get the response from the expert, in which you translate the scale here to the to 4 relevance in terms of the relevancy of items according to your operational definition. Okay, meaning that if you want okay, if you want your instrument to be reviewed by expert, then you prepare this template to the expert. You prepare your items and then operational definition, and then you include the new scale. This one is not the Likert scale, Likert scale that you use for respondent to answer. This one is not for that. This one is for the expert to check on the relevancy of your instrument according to your operational definition. Okay. So then after you prepare this one, okay, you distribute to your to the expert. Okay. Now we want to calculate the CVI. Again, we have two CVI, item level CVI and scale level CVI. Okay. So this is basically the definition of I-CVI and S-CVI. Okay. Okay, so first we need to calculate the I-CVI. Okay, item level content validity index. Okay, so to calculate the item level content validity index, first you need to recode the scale. Okay, from the 4 scale, you recode into 2, either 0 or 1. If the scale is 1 or 2, you recode into 0. If 3 or 4, 1. Okay, so you come up with new coding. Okay, next one, we calculate the I-CVI according to the formula aggregate item divided by number of expert. Okay, so aggregate item, number of aggregate item divided by number of expert. So this one, if we refer to the Excel sheet. Okay, this again, Excel sheet can be downloaded from the Putra Blast. Okay, I already uploaded them. Okay, so this is the Excel sheet example. Okay, so this is example of answer given by expert. Example, so I have 10 expert. Okay, so here expert, we have 10. I have 10 expert. Okay, and then I have 12 items. 10 expert and 12 item. So I insert the coding according to the answer given by the expert. Okay, then this is the keyword for coding. If the expert score gives score 3 to 4, then I will give 1. If the expert gives score 1 or 2, then I will give 0. Okay, so this one I have already recorded into this one. Okay, I come up with new coding according to the new rule. Okay, 1, 2 is equal to 0, 3, 4 equals to 1. So this one is the new coding. Okay, so then first I get the mean for each item according to expert. This one. Okay, according to the column. Okay, so this one, for example, 9 out so 9 for expert number 1, okay, the expert number 1 give score number 1 for 11 items, okay, irrelevance for 1 item. So I get the mean, the average for each expert according to the item. Okay. Then next one, I got the average proportion of items judged as relevance across the 10 expert. Mean that I get the sum of this one and divide by number of expert. Okay, I sum up with this one, all this one, divide by 10, number of expert. Okay, to calculate I-CVI, first you need to get the expert in agreement. Okay, you need to get the value for this one first. Okay, for example, for item number one, all the expert agreed with the suitability or relevancy of the item, so 10. But for item number 2, only 9 out of 10 expert agreed about the relevancy of the item, so 9. But for the item number 3, none of expert agreed, so 0. Okay, so you need to get the expert in agreement value first. Dapatkan nilai first, you get the value for expert in agreement. Okay, and then next step is to calculate I-CVI. You then to calculate the sum of I-CVI ni, you just sum of everything here, sum of the row here. Okay, then you will get the 10.9. Okay, I just sum this one. Okay, sum. Okay, so we get 10.9. Okay, then to get this one is for item level content validity index. Item level content validity index equals to 10.9. Okay, then next one to calculate the scale level content validity index average, you need to divide the sum ni with number of item. So you just divide 10.9 divide by number of item, which is 12. Okay, 12. So 10.9 divided by 12 equals to 0.91. Okay, so this is the value. Okay, so when we go to the slide again, okay, so this is the one for the scale level content validity index. So then we refer to the threshold table. Okay, so this one, if let's say we use the 10 respondent, so we refer to this table. We refer to this column. We refer to this row, sorry. Okay, so the value of 0.91 consider larger than 0.78, then therefore our validity considered to be acceptable. Okay, this one for method by using the scale level content validity index average. Okay, but the second step is by using the scale level content validity index relevance. Okay, we have another formula which is we need to record the answer given by expert either 3 or 4 into either 1 or 0. Okay, this one we refer to the Excel sheet. Okay, we need first to calculate the universal agreement. Okay, so universal agreement we give 1 for answer 3 and 4 given by expert. Other than that, we give 0. Okay, for here 1 from I-CVI ni we give 1. Other than 1, we give 0. Okay, so for 0.9 ni we give 0, 0, 0, then the rest 1. Okay, so then we just sum we get the sum of universal agreement here. So 10. Okay, and then after that to get the scale level content validity index average ni, we just divide by the sum of universal agreement divide by number of item. So number of item here 12. So 10 divided by 12 equals to 0.83. So mean here the answer for scale level content validity index relevance equal to 0.83. So when refer to the threshold, okay, when we refer to the threshold table, this one. Okay, so 0.83 still considered to be acceptable. Okay, So this one you can report for your content validity. This is one of the way to report your content validity. Okay, any question for content validity? Any question? No. So far so good Ada dua je, sama ada faham ataupun sebenarnya tak faham daripada awal.
Faham daripada awal, doktor.
Tak faham daripada awal, ya Allah sedihnya. Okay. Okay, it's okay. I will repeat again lah. Saya repeat daripada awal. Okay. So this one, okay. Mana entah nak start daripada awal tu tak tahu kat mana. Okay, so it's okay. To measure the validity, there are few ways that we can use to measure the validity ni. Okay, basically there are 4 types of validity. Phase validity, content validity, criterion validity and construct validity. Just to let you know, the validity is actually based on the subjective. In general, validity ni is based on the subjective evaluation by expert. Okay, just subjective. So when we say that it is subjective, it is very difficult to statistically calculate. It is different with reliability. Reliability, you can come up with the Cronbach alpha, for example. But validity, you cannot come up with statistic unless you use a new instrument and unless you convert the measurement in a tools that can be measured. Okay. So for example, the content validity, phase validity ni we cannot measure Content validity we cannot measure because it is based on the subjective judgment by the researcher. This one, subjective judgment by researcher, similar goes to this one and two. Okay, only the content validity ni. For the content validity, okay, so there are few ways to measure content validity. This one I already shared with you earlier lah. Okay, but I just want to focus on this one. How you can measure content validity. Okay. If you aware, here ni. Subjective judgment cannot be quantified with statistic. Okay, so means that validity ni in general it cannot be quantified because it is based on subjective evaluation. But if you use scale, then it is possible to statistically quantify the content validity. Okay, so scale ni, this one referring to the new scale, this one. You come up with new scale, this one. Purpose, the main intention is you want to distribute your scale to the expert to review your instrument. Itu dia punya purpose. Dia bukan lagi nak collect data lagi, belum. It just you want to collect the information regarding the suitability of your instrument. Okay, so you come up with new scale. Yang ni faham Yang ni faham ke tidak?
Faham, doktor.
Okay, so then you prepare this template. Okay, to prepare this template means that you need to have your operational definition. This one operational definition, then you list down all the items. This one operational definition, list of item, and then you come up with new scale which is 4 scale according to the relevancy. Okay, the 4 scale will indicate the relevancy of the item. Okay, in which after you give the template to the expert will review either your items will reflect your operational definition or not. Okay, they will answer according to the relevancy, the scale 1 to 4. Okay, so far so good, clear lagi Okay, so next one, after you distribute this template to your expert, then you collect again. Okay, you collect the answer given by your expert. So probably, okay, after you key in, you will get data like this. Okay, you will get data like this. Expert number 1, number 2, number 3. For example, I use 10. Okay, in this case, I use 10 expert. Okay, so there are 12 items that been reviewed by the expert. So this is the answer given by expert. Okay, because the scale that I use is 1 to 4. 4, 3, 4 means that relevant, more relevant. Okay, 1, 2 referring to irrelevant, prone towards irrelevant. Okay. So these are the answer given by expert. Sekarang boleh lagi Faham lagi? Okay. So to analyze this information given by expert, okay, there are two ways that we can interpret this information. First, by calculate the item level content validity index, I-CVI. Okay, we need to calculate the item level content validity index. Okay, and then next one we need to calculate the scale level content validity index. This scale level ni means that the overall item based on individual item. Okay. Okay, so before we can calculate that, we need to transform our data. We need to recode our data by using this guideline. If the expert answer, if the score given by expert is 3 or 4, we need to insert 1. Okay, if the expert give answer 1 or 2, we recode into 0. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, the guideline, not the formula. Okay, so this one, later I will change. 3 ni will become 1. 4 will become 1. 2 will become 0. Okay, clear?
What does it represent, Doctor? 1 represent for what?
Okay, it just represent it like this. So because when we prepare the scale 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the scale that we use is relevancy, right? It is based on relevant. Okay. So if we get the midpoint, okay, the midpoint ialah the middle point, right? It is either irrelevant or relevant. Okay, sini 1, 2, 3 lah, 3, 4. Okay, so if we divide by 2, either it is relevant or irrelevant. So the answer for 3 and 4 will represent relevant. Okay, answer 1 and 2 will represent irrelevant. Irrelevant. Itu je maksud dia. Okay, 1, 2 represent irrelevant means that the instrument is not relevant. Okay, but this one, 3 and 4 represent relevant. So we just use 2 coding, 0 or 1. Either there is a value or no value. Got it? This one, 0. This one, means that this one absence of attribute. This one there is an attribute. Itu saja maksud dia. Okay? So ni faham Then this one after I transform the data. This is the value, the new recorded values. Okay, from this one, the raw data I process becomes this one. So far so good. Boleh faham lagi?
Okay.
Boleh.
Boleh, Doktor.
One. Okay, now ingat the top one ni, the rows ni is the expert, number of experts. So I have 10 expert. Okay, and then here I have 12 items. Okay, 10 expert, 12 items. So first, I calculate the proportion relevance according to the expert based on individual expert. I just get the sum for the answer and then divide by number of items. So I will get the proportion relevant. This one for individual expert. Okay, next one I will get the average. Okay, dalam 10 ni totalnya dia akan bagi berapa? So this one individu 0.92, 0.83. Okay, faham This one is based on individual, but this one based on the groups of expert 10. Okay, next one to calculate the item level content validity index. First, you need to get the expert in agreement. You need to know how many expert agreed about the suitability of item. Okay, dapatkan dulu satu-satu. Untuk item pertama, berapa respondent? For first item, how many expert agree about the relevancy of the item? So here, all the expert agree. Okay, faham semua satu ni. Okay, so 10. The second one is, okay, Q2, only one expert number 2, Disagree.
Not agree.
Not agree. So 9 lah. 9. Item number 3, all the expert disagree. 0. Okay. The fourth items, all expert agree, similar to the rest. Semua setuju yang lain. Kecuali item number 2, 2 and 3 only. Okay, faham? Okay, so next, this one expert in agreement dulu. Then next one, but divide by number of expert. Sorry, I forgot this one. This one divide by number of expert. Ni. Ni dia punya formula. Expert in agreement divide by number of expert. Okay, this one, expert in agreement divide by number of expert. So 10 divide by 10, so 1. 9 divide by 10, 0.1, 0.9. 0, okay, then the rest. Faham Ni clear? Okay, so then to get the, then you need to calculate the sum of I-CVI. To calculate the sum of I-CVI, you just sum of from I-CVI from item 1 until item 12. Dapatkan je, tambah je value ni. You just add this value. Then you will get the 10.9. Okay, you get the 10.9. Then after that, to get the scale level content validity index average, you just divide the sum of I-CVI divide by number of item. This one, 10.9 divide by number of item, 12. Okay, which is 0.91. The name is scale level content validity index. So you will get the first type of content validity index, scale content validity index. Okay, sebab scale level ni you will have two types. The first one, scale content validity index average. The second one is scale level content validity index relevance. You can report either one, mana-mana. Either you want to report the scale level content validity index average or scale level content validity index relevance. Dua-dua, either one, mana-mana, pilih satu, you nak report yang mana. Faham? Okay, so then after you get the answer, this one you can, if you decide to stop here, then you may stop. But if you want to proceed to calculate the scale level content validity index, then you need first to calculate the universal agreement. Okay, you need to extend your calculation by calculating the universal agreement. To calculate the universal agreement, we just follow the similar rule. Okay, if all expert agree, you give 1. If at least one expert disagree, you give 0. Okay, so in this case, for first item, all expert agree. So we give 1. So item number 2 and number 3, for item number 2, expert number 2 disagree. So we give 0. Okay, for item number 3, all expert disagree. So we give 0. But the rest, all expert agree, then we give 1. Okay, so far so good lagi? So far so good? You want me to repeat?
Okay, Doktor, clear.
Tak apalah, kita dapur minum air.
Yang here.
Okay, so clear Okay, so now you just add all the values here. Okay, so you just add all the values. You get the sum of the universal agreement, which is equal to 10. Okay, and then to calculate the scale level content validity index relevance, you just divide the sum of universal agreement with number of items. Then you will get the 0.83. Okay.
Doctor,
Yes.
Doctor, can you hear me?
Yes.
Dr. Nomi.
Yes.
Okay, I would like to ask, meaning that when we ask for the content validity to the expert, we have to give them the scale of relevancy. It means 1 to 4.
Okay.
How about if let's say we put we give them blank, like for example, like perfect match, moderation but need some alteration, so they'll put that they comment what to alter, or like poorly means that you should drop the item.
Okay.
If let's say we give this kind of 3 scale, how?
Okay. That step is actually most of researcher use. Okay, because as I said, content validity of all types is based on the subjective judgment. Okay, in which we cannot measure quantitatively. So as what Yong, the example given by Yong, you also can proceed by that, but you cannot provide the statistical analysis lah. That the only weaknesses lah. But still you can proceed with the subjective judgment. You can still proceed with that, but this one is not an option. If you think that you want to proceed one step beyond, then you may come out instead of you come up with the analysis, the subjective judgment from expert. Okay, but based on this form also you can get the subjective evaluation by expert, in which they will comment which item should be improved, which item should be omitted. But you can also come up with the statistical analysis. So this is actually the option. Okay, the option for the subjective judgment by expert. The one that Yong said also can be used, can be applied. But this one also is an alternative for that. Okay. Okay,
Yeah, thank you, Doctor. I think this is easier actually. This is much easier. Should attend the doctor's class earlier, then we should know. Okay, content validity, we can do this kind of scoring of relevancy to know the user argument. So meaning that if got one of the 10 experts, if let's say got one question, the experts do not agree, but the 9 agree, we still will put universal agreement as 0 lah.
Yes.
So if you put it as 0, meaning that we have to change the item or how?
This one, there is a probability that you can omit or not, but based on overall, that's why this one you can either report the individual. Based on individual, there is no problem. Okay, for the this one. This one, sorry. This is for item, for individual item. This one based on expert. Okay, for individual item, you can see here 0. So the Q number 3, there is a high probability that you will omit this question. Okay, but for Q2, even though the answer is 9, but you can just improve the item. Okay, this is option lah. So you can check based on this one. The individual level, item level content validity index. And then you can refer this one. Similar lah. This one. But this one for individual level content validity index, it will report for individual item. This one. But scale level content validity index ni, it will report in average, in sum. For all the scale, so this is the content validity index. But it's based on this one, you cannot see the result, the individual item lah. So you better check for the individual item. So this is my answer. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Doctor.
Okay. So any other question?
Doktor nak tanya.
Yeah.
Kalau ini contoh berdasarkan apa tu, kira dia item dalam satu dimension kan. Kalau kita ada banyak dimension, kita boleh buat sekali ke atau nak asing-asing?
You can do it at one shot, but the items will be extended lah. Boleh buat sekali. Means that you will add more items here lah. But better you divide according to construct. It is easier for you as a researcher to analyze. Okay.
Thank you, Doktor.
Okay. Ni cara mau pakai. Okay, sebab dia makan masa. Okay. So we are done for validity.